Hi, folks. You're tuned into Business Today, and this is Markets Today. I'm Sakshi Batra. On Markets Today, we discuss everything about the stock market opening today, the trends that you're picking up in the early action, and the kind of gains and losses that we are witnessing in the early trades, so that you can know what exactly is going to be the flavor of the markets today, and you can position your investments same way as well. So let's quickly start off with the opening as well. Of course, overnight, we've seen the markets globally decline, and that was on the back of the kind of concerns that are still emerging of the Ukraine Russia crisis on the energy front as well, the supply and the production of oil as well, which is a major concern as it has been rising. Again, the other concerns are of the rate hikes and the inflationary front as well. And on FY22 ending, we did see the stock markets worldwide decline as well. In fact, they registered the worst quarter, after the bear phase that we had seen during the pandemic crash as well. So what's really happened today is also taking cues from all the overnight cues and the early morning cues from across the globe. The Indian stock markets have also opened flat with a negative bias. And Asian shares fell today. In fact, it was the biggest quarterly drop in global markets in 2 years, as investors worried about the impact of the Russia-Ukraine war and the risks of a recession as well. So those are the concerns with which the investors are starting to invest early morning today. As far as the Indian benchmarks are concerned, the Sensex fell 87 points or 0.15% to 58,481 right in the early trade. The broader Nifty also moved 28 points lower at 17,437 in today's trading session. However, it was the mid and the small cap shares that was trading on a positive note in the early trading action, bucking the kind of trend, and 0.2 0.3% of the move on the upside could actually be seen on those both indices as well. Now, out of the 15 sector gauges on the National Stock Exchange, three of them were trading in the red. So the market breadth in terms of sectors still favoring the advances. It was the Nifty IT and the auto index that was seen underperforming the benchmark by falling almost by 0.4, 0.2 odd percent respectively. Also, on the stock specific front, you did have stocks like SBI Life as the top Nifty loser. The stock cracked almost 2.5% in early trade. HDFC, ICICI Bank, Hindalco, and IndusInd Bank were among the other losers as well. The overall market breadth still strong, as about 1820 shares were seen advancing in the early trade, whereas just about 618 shares were seen declining. Talk about the 30 share Sensex, and you actually saw Infosys, HCL Tech, Nestle, ICICI Bank, and Titan among the top laggards. But in contrast, what was pushing the index higher or supporting the sentiments in the early trade was the power stocks like NTPC, PowerGrid, metal stocks like Tata Steel, auto space stocks like M&M, also HDFC Bank and Bajaj Finance from the banking and financial services space in the green in the early trading action as well. Of course, a whole lot of stocks are in focus right in the early action, and you should be aware of them. Talk about the gaining stocks or the momentum which could be on the positive side. JSPL is going to be in focus. There are reports that the company has won two coal blocks for commercial and mining in Odisha. So that's going to be a positive for JSPL. Airlines and paints are going to be in focus as well. There's been a crude oil sharp fall overnight as well, as Brent crude is now seen trading at $104 a barrel. Remember, yesterday we were seeing Brent crude trading somewhere around $108 a barrel as well. So this space is going to be a little more confusing because on the one hand, airlines will feel less pressure of the Brent crude prices easing off, and on the other hand, domestically we've seen the ATF fuel prices jump 2% as well. So that's going to be a difficult space to judge how will this be, perhaps in a very, very volatile space. ONGC, Oil India, which are the upstream companies, will definitely feel some kind of pressure of the crude oil prices again declining. But on the other hand, domestic gas prices have been hacked from $6.10 to $6.10 from $2.90 per MBBTU. So this is like almost doubling of the gas prices. So that is going to put or lift the sentiments for the oil and gas upstream majors as well. Alchem Laboratories is going to be in focus. It has got US FDA's nod for a generic production of some of the drugs. Then Sansera is going to be in focus because it has bagged an order worth 300 odd crore rupees from BMW Motorrad. Then apart from this, you also have Max Health that is going to be in focus as well. You have Norges BK, SBI Mutual Funds, also Government of Singapore buying 5.35% in block deals in the company as well. On the lower side, you do have stocks from the pharma space like Lupin is going to be in focus, because we are seeing that the US FDA has issued 13 observations to the company's Somerset facility. So that's going to be definitely a dampener in the sentiment today. Nippon Life again is going to be in focus on the downside, because SEBI is probing alleged role of the CEO in Yes Bank's AT1 bond investment as well. City gas companies, domestic gas prices have been hiked, and these domestic city gas companies will be feeling the pressure, like IGL, MGL, GAIL, these kind of companies. Hero Motocorp, of course, is going to be again in focus. The stock has been under pressure in the wake of IT department, raids that have been taking place, and now the IT department has released detailed statement after the searches, wherein how much funds have they found, unsolicited funds in the raids as well. So that's going to be another dampener for the stock. But overall, we've started the new financial year on a slightly subdued note. But what is in the offing for you in this entire financial year? What should you as investors be taking steps to maximize your returns into your portfolio in this year as well? That's going to be the focus of our Business Today market coverage throughout the day today. And we'll keep getting you some special voices. So do stay tuned. Gurmeet Chadha is going to be joining us at 1 p.m. as well. So definitely log in onto Business YouTube channel. You can also log into our social media networks, where we will be doing this live interaction on, and you can continuously speak to him also, ask several questions. We'll be doing an interaction as well and taking up some of the audience questions too. Thanks a lot for tuning in for now, but do stay tuned on to Business Today for a lot more. It's coming up right up next.